Hello, my beautiful fellow Cancers. Adrian H of AHN Great Life. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. And this is your love reading. So let's see what we've got for you. General reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending for Cancer. And yeah, let's see what we got for you. So I'm going to draw you an oracle card, which we're going to look at after the reading. Okay, just going to put it over there. I'm not going to look at it. Don't forget about it. Let's put it over here, because I can be very forgetful sometimes. And then let's see what we've got for you. This is a general reading, so it may or may not always resonate with you. So whatever is for you, just claim that inside your heart, and the rest, just let it go if it's not for you. The focus for this reading is love, but we'll see whatever comes out. And if you want to have a personal detailed reading, they are currently on special, $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable reading. Now I do have quite a lot of them that I'm getting through, so if you do order it, please note that it may take 3 to 5 days maybe for me just to get it to you. Oh, cool. Okay, let's put over here. So I'm going to look at where you are, how you got there, and where the energy is taking you going forward. Okay. You're also more than welcome to follow me on Facebook. You're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram. I go live there quite often. I draw individual cards sometimes. So you're more than welcome to follow me on those as well. Links are in the description. Or if you want to have just a weekly reading from me, really, a general reading, then you're also more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're nearly there. Ooh, this is looking... Because when it started off, I thought to myself, ooh, this doesn't look too promising, but now it actually does. Okay, so the overall energy for the reading is the Queen of Wands. Okay, and let's start there. The Queen of Wands. Obviously with Cancer, being ruled by the moon, this is irrelevant whether you are male or female. It is, Cancer is predominantly a very feminine sort of energy, because in the cosmic sense of the heavens, the moon, La Luna, is feminine, okay? Divine feminine, of course, and then the sun with the more Leo energy is the divine male. And I'm mentioning that because I'm seeing something with the divine male energy, with that Leo energy, then I'm going to mention to a little bit as we go forward. But so as I said, when I drew the first card, I thought to myself, this doesn't look good. But as I actually kept on drawing, then it's like, oh, okay, wow, that makes sense. Now that's the beauty of tarot. It tells you a story. So with the Queen of Wands, there is such a strong invitation here for you all to embrace that inner goddess that you are. Now of course with Cancer, you are, and I take it from myself also, and I'm talking just pure Cancer now, that strong Cancer sort of element that, I find life very fascinating, and I'm one of those people that will rather sit like somewhere there in the back of the hallway behind like a plant and nobody sees me, and I just kind of check out what's the vibe, what's going on here. But there is invitation for you guys to step out from beneath that plant, to take your, almost like your seat on the throne, so to speak, but to unleash that inner witch, that inner magic, that inner goddess, that inner god, that inner beauty that you can bring to the world, that lesson about teaching compassion, okay, about being willing to open yourself to emotions and possibly let your heart get bruised, okay. It's time for the world to really get that lesson, and it's time for you to I feel that for so many of you, it is time for you to turn to you when you've got something that bothers you. It's time for you to just open your heart, to let that magic that you have inside, to let it beam, to let it really beam outwards. Okay, it's no longer time to play it small. Pentacles, Pentacles, and Cups. Wow. So 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. This is good. This is very good. Okay. So some of you may meet somebody by chance. Okay. So there's no coincidences in the universe, but some of you may meet somebody by chance. And this has got nothing to do with love. So it could be something in your business, in your life. Maybe you take the same train or the bus or whatever. You know, you happen to be at the same ticket office together. And I don't know why there's so many references to transport. I'm just giving you what I'm getting, you know. As I'm working with my collective consciousness named this, that call themselves Smile. But for some of you, this, as you know, the more you are sort of on your trip, your own trip, your own magic, you know, who you are, it makes you attractive. It makes you a strong magnet for love because you are portraying love, which obviously in return gives you love. And somebody may just kind of strike up a conversation with you, and you know, something simple like pass the sugar, and it may not mean anything profound to you, and that person goes like, oh, they spoke to me. You know, they spoke back. And so for you, the way to maintain the flow through love, for you the logic lies in maintaining the heart. Okay. Don't be scared to show your heart. Sometimes, especially as Cancerian, we don't always want to show our heart too much because, you know, we're afraid that people may take advantage. I feel that you are in the space where you have spiritually matured to such a level that you can actually show who you are without the filters, and it'll still be beautiful. So if you want to take it sort of like in a comparison of taking pictures and posting them online, you know, you don't have to put on the filters anymore. My pictures never have filters on them because it is what it is. You know, but there's a beautiful sense of completion, your invitation for you for completion, for all the emotions, letting whatever wasn't working out before, those lessons. I feel that for many of you, there were so many lessons that you needed to learn, and for many of you, that lessons actually meant a lot of heartache, a lot of betrayal, a lot of physically losing, you know, emotionally, like being distraught, feeling that almost like you're not good enough, you know, like why does things in life never work out for me? Many of you have been there. That cycle has come to an end, and you are strongly invited here with the Queen of Pentacles that is clarified there by the Ten of Cups. You are strongly invited there to embrace all the fullness of you, your magic, your power. Okay, as you open yourself to what is available to you right now, that is how you welcome it into your life. You don't even have to go and create it, it's already here. What you need to do is to open the space to let it through, you know. Like, for example, in a biblical sense, and this doesn't matter, it's got nothing to do with whether you're biblical or not, but you know, in the biblical sense, where there is you know, the analogy that Jesus makes, that he says, I'm knocking at the door of your heart, you know, and if you open, I'll come in and feast with you. This is the same invitation of love at the moment right now, because that is an invitation of love, and what is being referred to there is an invitation from the global universe. Okay, it's got nothing to do with religion. It's an invitation of love. Now, the reason why I was thinking a little bit in the beginning is because the Knight of Pentacles came out in reverse. I was thinking to myself, oh no, please don't tell me more bad luck for Cancer. I don't need it, they don't need it. But the next card comes out is the World. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So and then in the recent past, the things that brought you here, the Three of Swords. So now I started smiling again. Temperance, I was smiling even broader. And the Six of Pentacles. Now I was in a little bit of doubt, all right? So I saw where you are, so where you're going forward, and this is where your Leo energy is going in. You're going forward into this beautiful Leo energy. The Eight of Wands, so amazing. Could be dealing with the earth sign, possibly Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Sagittarius also possible. And Three of Wands. What a wonderful way to end off your reading. So, I feel that some of you may be in a situation that you don't currently want to be in. But also that situation is coming to an end. It's like I need to tell you that just in case that slips my mind. So whether it is that you're single and you prefer to, mingle, be with someone, or whether it is that you're in a relationship that is not really quite for you, I feel that energy coming to an end. Okay. I feel that this is the last sort of hurdle before the road goes all smooth and beautifully paved for you. Okay, so if you think of yourself sort of being almost like in a car, on the back of a cart or whatever, and you're driving, and it's sort of very rough terrain, and it's like, it's coming out and going, okay, it's smoothing out. There was definitely a recent heartbreak. There may have been a succession of heartbreaks. And I feel that you have come to a point where you said to yourself, you know what? I'm done with love. I'm done with love. I would rather be alone. And many of you began to focus on yourself. You began to focus on you, balancing the scales in your life. So what can I do differently? What can I change? Your focus became you, and that is where the beautiful healing came in. That is where you got to see in your current situation what is not working, and that aligned you with what is. It is by actually realizing what's not working that you also begin to realize what is working, what you do want, what you would like, what you do desire. Okay, which brought you into this energy, which actually made me smile. Okay, and what I like so much, obviously, is Cancer is very observant. Okay, and being a Cancerian, you can play the game two ways. Okay, your emotions can be your best friend, or it can be your worst enemy. I feel for many of you, it might have sort of been your worst enemy there for a while. But what you might also not have realized is that you were being, guided, trained to from this heartache. This is in the past that we are still now, remember? So from the heartache to get into the space where you realize the energy really flows from you. So you started to work on you. So you started to realize in your current situation what is not working, what do you do want, which brings you here. Now you're a bit of a renegade. Okay, now you're a bit of a gangster. Alright, of the emotions. Now you begin to run the show. You're becoming like the mafia boss now. Alright, where, and I love this card so much because with sunflowers, which happens to be my favorite flower, it's sunflowers always open. When the sun is out or the fluorescent light is out or whatever it may be, they open and they turn towards the light. But when there is no light, they're still open, but they turn towards each other. So for many of you, you realize that it's time for you to turn to your own heart, to your own healing, to your own being. And it's not so much that the circumstances has changed and the situations has changed, but it's that you have changed. And now it doesn't matter so much what happens. So you get the emotional stability there with the Eight of Wands, where a lot of you are feeling that you don't have to be with someone, but you'd like it. And the question that life is asking you right now, what did you like there with Three of Wands as you go forward in love? I feel that so many of you are redefining where you're going, which is amazing because, what's going on here? What you want is available. So on a soul level, obviously, on a subconscious level, soul level, higher level, so to speak, there is a conversation that is constantly happening. There's always going on there, okay? And your soul knows that it's time for the real deal now. It's time for the real deal now, okay? Clarifiers there for the Three of Swords is the Star, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So you're being supported in this love. Many of you became clear about what it is that you don't want. Some of you, you've put some really deep thought into things, what it is that you want. And that also made you see what it is that you don't want. You know? I feel many of you have gone to that space, and I can totally relate with that you'd rather be alone than be unhappy. You were like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Let's clarify this Temperance card. The loneliness did start to set in. Okay? The loneliness started to set in for many of you. And this is the thing to understand, which is so important, is that, you know, just because you want to be with someone doesn't by default mean that you are now lower vibrational, whatever. If you have the desire to be with someone, you have the desire to be with someone, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you understand that the other person doesn't have to define who you are, then it's perfectly good. And I feel that many of you are at the stage where you understand that you'd like to be with someone. You don't have to be, but you'd really like to be. What's wrong with that? You don't have to have ice cream, but you like to have it, you know. I don't have to have chocolate cake for breakfast with ice cream, but I love it. Okay, so Six of Swords, King of Swords, and the Empress, clarifying the quite powerfully, in fact, the Temperance card. Quite a powerful thing there. Yeah, so for many of you, what really happened is you started to very powerfully attract that person that you want, but there were also so many things that I didn't want this, I didn't want that, I didn't want that. So it's almost like you sort of delayed yourself just a little bit there by stating so much what it is that you do not want. Okay? But it's okay, we're all learning as we're going along. But in the same token, even though this is a bit of a for those of you that understand driving a stick, okay, so when you drive a stick like a car, it's very much like there's the fuel, like the petrol that makes a car go forward, and then there is the clutch that kind of holds the car. So forward goes and clutch holds. It's almost like a semi-brake. So when you, for example, on an uphill, on an incline, instead of like hitting the brakes or pulling up the handbrake, you have this balance between the two. So you know, sometimes in the movies you get a car going like this. You know, it's kind of when you have that play between the two. For those of you that might not know, so for some of you, it was a bit like that at the point. Clutch, go, clutch, petrol, clutch, fuel, go, stay, do I, don't I, okay? The Empress is saying you need chillax, just chill your bones, okay? It's coming. What you want is coming, and it doesn't have to be bad. Just because it wasn't everything that you wanted it to be in the past doesn't mean going forward you need to have the same experience, okay? Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Oh. So Six of Pentacles was where we were speaking about you sort of turning yourself back into a priority. Oh, my people. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, Two of Cups, and then the Seven of Wands was kind of hiding underneath there. So some of you, very fortunate period for love, coming together. It almost feels like you are somehow, something is starting. Either you're physically or energetically sort of meeting your person where you can actually happen to be at the same place at the same time, but you don't think too much of it, because some of you still have or had some sort of inner emotions that you were working on. So the invitation for love was there, and you were like, yeah, I'm not ready for this. Okay, so life said, okay, we'll wait a while, which now brought you to this current space where you are. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But then it's almost like at the moment your heart is saying, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let's see what we've got for you, clarifying the current situation. I've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Hermit. So many of you are, it's almost like you made a decision now. You would like to have love. You made the decision, okay? You understood that the past doesn't have to repeat yourself. I also feel that many of you, you know, some of you may have had some beef with an ex, you know, some unresolved feelings, some unresolved emotions, getting that resolved, which is beautiful, or in the process of wanting to get it done. Know that the universe supports you, and with the Hermit, they're saying to you, acknowledging all the beautiful inner work that you've done, emotions are healing, really, really beautiful there for you, okay? The Hermit wants to let you know that what's coming, what's meant for you is coming because you've done the healing, okay? The universe has heard your call, you've done the healing, okay? So it's literally just a question of time. Maybe your person needs a little bit of time, okay? Usually when my eyes itch like that, it's like somebody's coming towards you. It's almost like, you know, when you walk through a very strong sort of wind and the wind is blowing in your eyes? I get that. Your person is coming. Your person's coming. The Sun, this Eight of Wands, and this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Three of Wands. Let's clarify and see what we got here for you. My cancers, my cancers, my cancers. Fellow Luna babies. Let's see. Just gonna draw them all. Okay. The Sun, this powerful energy. You've got the Ten of, this is going forward now. The Ten of Swords, the Six of Wands repeating itself, and the Ace of Cups. Okay? So, yeah. Lots of reflection going forward. This is a beautiful thing because a lot of you've really learned your lesson. Okay? So, if somebody comes around and they're not really for you, you're going to be like, this is a previous pattern. It's almost like, whereas before, some of you might get yourself into patterns, into solutions or situations that is not really for you. You've learned your lesson. So where before that might have sort of just happened by default, now by default it just doesn't happen anymore. Okay? Because you are here. You passed that. Okay? Somehow your energy will just say, it's not for me. Not for me. And look at this. That work that you put into yourself, how beautifully it's paying off. This is a beautiful love that's coming your way, my Cancers. This is so beautiful. I love it. Emotional stability, balance. Five of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Deep emotional healing. Beautiful. Ship in the harbor, Three of Wands. Page of Cups, another Eight of Wands, and the Hierophant. You got this. You have got this. There's nothing to be concerned about. Let's see what we've got with your oracle card. Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. It is safe for you to follow your heart now because you are you're on this whole new path where you can sense what is for you and what is not for you. It is like this automatic sense that is just activated, which guides you towards the light, towards love. All right. How beautiful. Well, let's see where this path goes. So if you like to subscribe to the channel, let me know what's happening in your life. And we'll see where it's going forward for you. I've got a reading for you every week. If you want to have a personal detailed reading, remember $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable reading. And you can also follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, and the links are down below. Honor, love, and respect. See you next time, babies.